craft history videos. Can I make Chipotle's chicken burrito cheaper and healthier?
These two
we're gonna
burritos
switch
from
to that.
Chipotle cost me $30.58. And it got me to wondering,
15 bucks
how
a
many burritos
burrito.
could I make if I had $30.58?
You can
to
make a
spend
lot.
on groceries. For example, could I even get everything that I needed?
Today, we're going to put that to the
You can absolutely get everything you need for a burrito for under $30. The most expensive thing is like the beef or whatever protein you're using, which is gonna run you like $8 to $18, and everything else you're gonna get is gonna be like $2-3. Like, it's dirt cheap. Burritos are honestly such a good like food, even like if you're broke.
test.
However, to make things a little more interesting,
Hey Michael, how are we
I
doing
also
today?
wanna
Welcome
make
to the
a
stream.
healthier version because my go-to order from Chipotle actually clocks in at $1,530.
So this is what I'm talking about. He's not even like going like super cheap on this. I can tell already just like in that little cut. Like, he is balling on these burritos. He is making way better than like Chipotle burritos. He's saucing those babies up. Did I move? Yeah, that's part of why I stopped streaming for a couple weeks. It was just a lot going on in my life, which is, yeah, I was having like some roommate problems. The status of my job changed, still employed, don't worry, but a lot of life stuff was going on, and I had to take a pause from streaming for a bit, but all that stuff is over now, so we're ready to go.
Calories.
Let's get back into this video.
So I'd love to make one that's a little bit lower calorie and higher protein.
Yeah, of
Now,
course.
before we head to the store, make the homemade version, and do the taste test to compare them, I do want to explain my goals with this burrito. Also, a quick thank you to Made In for sponsoring this video. More on them later, but first,
I have to fight level
let's break it down.
16 monsters.
Now, this video is not going to be me just
5
dunking
level
on
16s and a
Chipotle.
level
In fact,
30.
I quite enjoy
Alright, we're
it.
gonna
I
double
think it's
back
one
to
of
the bank
better fast casual
and
options
pick
out
up some
there,
weapons.
and one that I frequented when I was in college and first started working. My typical order was the double chicken burrito with rice, pinto beans, sour cream, cheese, lettuce, red salsa, and of course guac, which, yes, cost extra.
Now, I have three main issues with buying Chipotle these days.
1, it's more expensive than what I can make at home. 2, it's an absolute calorie bomb. And 3, I don't like the burrito construction. Specifically, my go-to order with the double chicken and guac at this location cost me $16.10 nowadays, and a single chicken burrito with guac still costs $12.
I get the bowls from Chipotle. I get the bowls because like you're getting so much more food, and like I'm a thin guy, so I'm constantly trying to put on weight and eating more. And I'm stacking them to the brim, you know, double lettuce, double salsa, double cheese, whatever I can, but like penny pinching. So I'm not getting the extra guac. I'm not getting the extra chicken. I'm like just getting what I can out of what I'm spending, and it's still like $13, and it's not much more food than he's getting.
$12.15. So when you add in the tax, that's how my bill came to that $30.58, which is going to be my grocery budget for the homemade ones. Secondly, I knew these burritos were big, but I did not realize that I was throwing back 1,500 calories each time. And this is 67% of my daily average burned at 2,300 calories that I need to maintain. But as someone getting ready,
I need to
go
get
on
myself a
carb
Dragon
at
Defender
1,800
soon.
calories
Once
per
we've
day,
finished up
this is
the
now 85% if I want to eat one of these
Barrow's
burritos.
Gloves quest, which
So
I
in
just
my
need to do
homemade
Legends
version,
quest.
I want to lower those total.
Once we finish up recipe, we're gonna finish up Legends quest so I can finish Recipe for Disaster. But even then, I'm still gonna have to like ball out and find like a way to get like 900k to be able to afford Barrow's Gloves. But either way, once I get my hands on Barrow's Gloves, we're gonna get our hands on some Dragon Defenders.
Calories and also change up the macronutrient composition.
Ideally, I want to significantly increase the amount of protein, which will increase satiety, while lowering the total fat and carbs, and I've got some interesting and tasty solutions to this,
You're
as
dead.
you'll see in the homemade version.
Also, disclaimer, this is just for
I'd also like to
my
get my hands on a
goals, but after
salve
watching the
amulet
video,
soon.
You'll be able to construct your burrito to your exact liking. And lastly, let's talk about Chipotle's burrito construction.
My biggest issue is the rice to meat ratio. For context, I don't really even like rice in my burritos, but when I get in that Chipotle line, I'm always goaded along like cattle into getting a big old scoop of rice without having the willpower to say no. Also, in one of the weirder things I've done,
Yeah, okay. I like this. Guy isn't some social prodigy. I'm looking at, I barely have the balls to say, could you add a little extra lettuce? I like my leafy greens, please. To tell them, yo, cool it with the rice. You gotta be absolutely insane if you think I'm doing that. There's no way. There's no way. Let's get this video back on.
Because I was curious,
I can't see shit.
Constructed a Chipotle burrito and found that the rice made up 207 grams or 40% of the total weight of the burrito, and this is why some of those bites feel like they're just pure rice. And in my version, I want the
they are pure rice.
the chicken,
Yeah. Oh,
sauces, and beans to shine, and I'm not going to be skimping on that chicken.
And with all that, it is time to shop. And like I said, my budget I'm going to try to hit is $30.58, and I think I can stay under it, but won't actually know until I head to the store.
I decided to shop at a Mexican grocery store, which I find is the best place for one, those massive burrito-sized tortillas, and two, the second special item for the chicken marinade, achiote paste. And I wrote up a shopping list in Notion that I'll link below if you want to all follow on your own trip. But first, let's get all our produce, which consists of 1 head of garlic, a red onion, 1 orange, 1 lime, 1 habanero, 1 ripe avocado, and romaine lettuce. Next up, we have the meat and dairy, which is 2 pounds of chicken breast or tenders because they were on sale, some low-fat sour cream, tortillas, and 2, the second special item for the chicken marinade, achiote paste. And I wrote up a shopping list in Notion that I'll link below if you want to all follow on your own trip. But first, let's get all our produce, which consists of 1 head of garlic, a red onion, 1 orange, 1 lime, 1 habanero, 1 ripe avocado, and romaine lettuce. Next up, we have the meat and dairy, which is 2 pounds of chicken breast or tenders because they were on sale, some low-fat sour cream, and then I also splurge on Oaxaca cheese. Lastly, I have a few miscellaneous items, which are the achiote paste, a big can of pinto beans, those large burrito-sized flour tortillas, and some house-made red salt.
So you balled out and got the nice pinto beans. I always get the black ones because I feel like they're cheaper and the protein profiles are like damn near identical. But they're way cheaper. So interesting. Although if I go to Chipotle, I'm gonna get like brown beans because they're cheaper. Sorry, that's wrong. Not getting them because they're cheaper. I just said like the reason I get brown beans is because when I'm making burritos myself at home, I'm always getting black beans. So I get the brown beans for Chipotle because it's like a little treat.
All right, everyone. So our final total on this was $34.09, just over the budget. I really did try to keep it under, and I probably could have made a couple substitutions. This cheese, for example, I think was $5. Probably could have gotten like a plain block of Monterey Jack or something, but Oaxaca cheese is really good, so I couldn't resist. And then this is 12 burritos or flour tortillas. So yeah, we're definitely gonna have extras of these, which will probably have some extra cheese, can be turned into quesadillas or something. The lettuce.
That's the thing I'm like questioning the most about is I feel like the tortillas could be prohibitively expensive, especially if you get nicer ones. Veggies tend to be really cheap though.
Gonna have leftover lettuce, can turn into salads. Also, this onion is massive. Definitely won't be using the whole thing of that either. We'll have some leftover salsa. So there are some components that we're gonna have extra of that we can turn into. So honestly, I'm pretty happy with $34.09. But now it's time to actually turn this to all the components and see how many burritos we can make and see how it stacks up to Chipotle's in terms of taste.
For the burritos, we have 3 items to prep.
It's gonna be way better than Chipotle. We all know this.
Marinated chicken, the avocado sauce, and the beans. So let's start. The chicken is kind of inspired by that same pollo asado, except I'll tell you right now, the spice mix is way more flavorful. So to a blender or food processor, add 2 cloves of garlic, 1/4 of a red onion, the juice from half of an orange, the juice from 1/2 of a lime, 1 habanero, and lastly, the achiote paste before blending it together. So for reference, achiote is a blend of spices, and it's kind of a cheat code to make a marinade. It's typically a mix of annatto seeds, which give that distinctive red color, and then it can also have oregano, cumin, cloves, garlic, among some other ingredients. Once blended, reserve about 1/4 of the marinade, which we will use later on, and the rest will be poured over the raw chicken. Add the chicken to a baking sheet and add a sprinkle of salt over the top. And I found these tenders on sale, so that's what I got, but breast or thighs would work great too.
I feel like I'm a poor person when I say this, but I definitely prefer tenders, but I never get them because they're more expensive.
Once salted,
I also feel like a little bit of a kid saying that, like, I prefer the chicken tenders. Like I'm going to Burger King or something.
pour the marinade over before mixing everything together. And you can let this marinate for up to a day, but I'd say to leave these in the fridge for at least 30 minutes so those flavors get to know each other a little bit.
Yeah, let them flavors get to know each other. Alright? I want my burrito to be one big happy family.
Fine layer of oil on the skillet with a paper towel, and then once that is ripping hot, add the marinated chicken and sear
That looks
it
good
on
right
both
there.
sides. And you really want to let it cook and char and brown
Yes,
up
sir.
a bit on one side before trying to flip those over. And while this chicken cooks, let me thank my friends over at Made In for sponsoring today's video.
Let me
So at this
skip
point, I think
your
almost
sponsor.
every piece of cookware I own to have. So you can head to the link below and order some of my favorites and to get 10% off your. Thanks again, Made In.
No
After the
thanks
chicken is done,
for
we have
ruining
one
the
last
video.
step. Bring it over to the cutting board and chop it into pieces. And this stuff is absolutely addictive. The achiote paste gives it this really complex
Just like
flavor
this stuff.
that isn't quite like anything else. After chopping, taste it, and I gave it one more little sprinkle of salt, and then add another spoonful or two of the marinade
And
we
you gotta
saved
die.
from earlier, and mix that together. For a 200-gram or 7-ounce serving of the chicken, pretty hefty portion, this clocks in at 275 calories and 47 grams of protein.
Also, I
Dang, that chicken looks really good.
Batch of this chicken. We tore through this stuff in like.
That's
2
making me
days.
hungry. I got some tacos
Lastly,
waiting for me upstairs.
Let's talk about how I'm gonna solve the guac problem.
So if you order guac and sour cream on a Chipotle burrito like
Okay.
I do, this equals up to 330 calories, making it
How
quite
far into this quest are we?
nutritionally dense. However, instead of doubling up on these, I decided to make an avocado sauce. So to a blender, add 1/2 or 70 grams of ripe avocado, 130 grams of low-fat sour cream, the juice from 1/2 of a lime, 1 clove of garlic, a sprinkle of cayenne pepper, and lastly some salt to taste before blending that all up. This
I like that he's doing an avocado sauce and not like actual guacamole. I feel like guacamoles taste really good in burritos, but it just makes it so thick. And burritos are already like, you're taking a big bite of something. Like, you don't need to thicken them up more. And avocado sauce actually sounds really, really
sauce
good.
is really avocado forward, but rounded nicely with the hit of
That's what I
garlic
want.
and cayenne pepper. And 40 grams of this sauce is plenty to keep the burrito moist and is just 46 calories instead of 330. Lastly, since I'm skipping the rice, the only other thing that needs to be prepped are the beans, which is as simple as tossing a can of pinto beans into a pan, adding a bay leaf, a little ground cumin, and some salt, and letting that simmer down before giving it a taste for about 10 minutes.
I'm so bad at cooking
Meanwhile, you
beans.
want to shred the cheese,
Never done it.
chop the lettuce,
So maybe I'm
and
good
get
at it,
anything
but
else out that you're
don't
throwing
know.
on your burrito. But now, let's assemble. Slap down a warm flour tortilla and add 20 grams of the avocado sauce, and follow that with 100 grams of beans. Next, 28 grams of the shredded Oaxaca cheese, 200 grams of the delicious chicken, a bit more avocado sauce, a spoonful of that spicy salsa, and lastly, a healthy handful of romaine lettuce before wrapping that entire thing up.
Yeah, wrap
And
that
this
thing up.
500-gram homemade burrito clocks in at 800.
Alright, before we get into like the nutrients on it, I do want to talk about burrito wrapping. I have to watch a YouTube video. Every time, if I watch a YouTube video, it goes perfect. Every time. I just have a little tutorial on the side and just do exactly what they do, and it goes perfect for me. But if I try and do it from memory, it's over. There's no way. I can't do it. I can't do it from memory for some reason. I gotta watch somebody else do it.
139 calories and 68 grams of protein, which is perfect for me and my goals. But now let's answer the question.
That looks real
How
good.
does it stack up?
It's amazing. You know it's amazing, dude.
All right, everyone, time for the taste test. Best part of the video.
The problem is, and I don't have a problem with this, but people hate to cook. They don't want to do it. That's why people aren't doing this. Everybody knows it's cheaper and it tastes better to make food at home. Mama's home kitchen is so much better than Chipotle. But mama don't want to put an hour into making avocado sauce and frying your beans and wrapping your burritos up. She's going to make you some chicken nuggets and some ravioli. She doesn't care about this. She doesn't have time. She's got a job. She's got kids to take care of. And you, as an adult, you got to go to the gym. You got to pay your own bills. Like, ain't nobody got time for this. And that's why, you know, meal prep Sundays are so popular now, right? Box your foods up. Burritos actually freeze really well. Take these burritos, wrap them up in some tinfoil, chuck them in the freezer, bust them out, you know, microwave them, you know, get one a day or something. And some people are like, oh, I don't want to eat the same food every single day for a week. Meal prep more. Make more things. It's that easy. I have no idea where I'm supposed to be going. There? Why isn't it marked on the map? Okay.
At least for me. Both of these ended up being pretty similar weight-wise. So this is the double chicken again. So it was 610 grams. Ours ended up being like 510. But the single chicken one was 510 as well. I weighed that one. But again, most of that extra weight is just from rice. So if you wanted to add some rice, you could. And as far as calorie counts go, I don't know offhand. Obviously, you guys will know, you'll see it calculated. But let's give these two a try. I feel like all of it tastes the same. I mean, not in a bad way, but I mean,
Is he saying he thinks his burrito tastes exactly the same as a Chipotle burrito? I don't know if that's a compliment or a diss based on what I just said. I mean, people really do love Chipotle, but I feel like, you know, half of that is just the convenience to walk in and get a good burrito. Like, dude, you put in all that work and you're telling me it tastes the same? That's kind of embarrassing.
it's a solid burrito. The taste on the chicken is miles better.
Oh, the different meats.
Okay, so both really good, would have no problem eating them. Chipotle, you know what you're getting into with Chipotle. It's a solid burrito. It kind of has like that distinctive, you know, Chipotle taste to it. Again, the rice for me just like throws it off. These things are so stuck with rice that like some of the bites are just feel like they're pure rice, which fine if you like rice, you know, you do you at the end of the day. But for me, what I really like is letting the chicken.
I'm gonna pause this for a second just to say that we got like, you know, 45 seconds left in this video and like 45 seconds left in this quest, and I'll be really happy if they end simultaneously, which is why I'm delaying with the video.
Can shine, and in this homemade version, it completely does. The spices and the marinade on this are absolutely killer. The one thing that I would do is actually probably use thighs next time. Breast, you know, it can get a little bit dry here and there, and it's not.
I totally disagree. Thighs and tenders are totally different. Like, thighs are a dark meat, tenders are a white meat. And I prefer white meat a million times more. I don't know why. I think that might be a white people thing. I'm pretty sure whites are like less flavorful, but I like the texture of them so much better. And this is my novice cooking skills. I can't tell when thighs are done because they're a dark meat. Like, they always look dark. Whereas like with white meats, you know, I see pink and I go, okay, it's not ready yet.
As good texture. With thighs, I think this would even go up another level. And then
Yeah, go up another level and it's gonna give me salmonella because I have no idea what I'm doing with thighs.
and this sauce right here, this avocado sour cream mixture, again, low-fat sour cream, still getting a ton of, you know, kind of guacamole-ish flavor. And I was just thinking now cilantro would be a great addition to this as well. And then in total, I think we'll easily be able to get at least 3 more burritos with the leftover chicken that we have. We've
Meal
been
prep,
snacking
baby.
on it too. Like, this stuff is just kind of addictive. What is this going to be around? Like probably $7 or $8 for like 4 burritos, and that's getting everything completely from scratch from the grocery store, which I think is pretty impressive. And we made it, you know, lower calorie, higher protein as well, which I'm all about. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed, and you should be able to customize your burrito exactly how you want to based on your flavors, your macros, whatever you need to. The recipe for my version will be up on the website. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you
Alright, shout out that dude. What's his name? Ethan Schlabowski. Good luck Googling that name that I don't know how to pronounce. And so yeah, check him out. Thanks for supporting the stream by letting me totally rip your content. And can I help you further? No. So yeah, check that guy out, and we're gonna take a break from the stream for a moment. I'm gonna upload this to YouTube later. We'll see how that does. Let me know if you like this content, and the stream will be back in 5 minutes. You. Did you stick around? Look at you. Wow. Thanks for sticking around. You're a real friend. You know what? Sticking around a little extra long. Let me show you. Let me show you what I did. Right? Everybody's wondering where did Sean go for the last 5 minutes. My mother made a beautiful fish taco dinner. Now the lighting isn't incredible, but it actually makes the lettuce look a little gross. But I'm telling you, this is fresh lettuce. Fish tacos with some red onion and some tomatoes. And so I think she called it La Preferita seasoning. Some guacamole, some Mexican cheese I bought a couple weeks ago for my burritos that I was meal prepping. And we got a little side of guacamole, which also does not look fresh, but I'm telling you, it is fresh. And some chips on the side. And we're going to eat this on stream. So I hope you like crunching sounds. Mmm.